Hello, student. Good morning. I am Dr. Chavan, Associate Professor in Chemistry. My specialization is organic chemistry, and today I am going to start the organic chemistry. So let me tell you something about due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We are meeting on online or via digital medium after I think 4 to 5 months. So still after SYBSc, in SYBSc you have many subjects like as you have botany, chemistry, zoology, botany, mathematics, electronics, languages, Marathi, English. So out of that, at TYBSc level, you have to choose only one subject as a principal subject, and those are choosing specifically at TYBSc level the chemistry. So I congratulate to of all you students of SHM College Kofarga. So heartily I congratulate you by selecting the chemistry. So many of you knowing about the chemistry from your friends, from the from your neighbors or from the society, the choosing subject of chemistry, or many you may be fortunately or some of unfortunately at TYBSc choosing of this subject is due to the force of your family or maybe of your friends or from the discussion or you are hearing about the chemistry how it is useful future, and that's why you are choosing, and you are really lucky you are choosing that chemistry as a principal subject. And the subject, why it is important, because after getting as a graduation, after completing successfully there is graduation degree, there are a lot of wide range of opportunities in front of you or before you. So you can do the MSc, you can do for um, MPSc, UPSC, or you can apply many government jobs in a government sector, and those are already interested from FYBSc to the SY, from FYBSc, SYBSc, those are interested in chemistry, they will acquire the more and more knowledge, because here is a purely organic chemistry. There is no mixture of other subjects. So very clear subject is only as a chemistry, because at TYBSc level, principal subject is a chemistry. In that chemistry, there are 6 courses are there, and 6 courses and 3 are practical courses. Out of that 6 courses, let me tell you the number one course, that is CS331. Now you are appearing at TYBSc, and now I am going to talk about syllabus 2020-21 semester third. The course number I am going to teach specifically CS331 organic chemistry. And as we know all about the organic chemistry before, uh, many time I told the definition about that organic chemistry from FYBSc, you know that from 11th standard. But let us see the CH33 what do you mean by CH33? 3 stand for third year, third semester, and third paper. So that is the meaning. So there are 6 paper. One paper is a physical chemistry, CH331. Third year, third semester, and first paper. One indicate as a paper number, that is a physical chemistry. The second one is a inorganic chemistry, course number CH332. It means that inorganic chemistry to indicate as a paper number 3. And now third CH333 means paper number 3 is organic chemistry, and paper number 4 one is the analytical chemistry, that is CH334, and CH335 means industrial chemistry, and last one is a optional subject, that is CH3E3. E indicate as a optional subject it is, and 3 indicate as a that third semester, and that is a optional subject, and that optional subject at SCGM college chosen as a agri and dairy chemistry. Agriculture chemistry the first term, and dairy chemistry in the second term, is fourth term. So now, so let us see the syllabus of 2020-21 semester third. Savitribai Phule Pune University introduces this syllabus from June 2015 onward. You have to refer the books. There are so many publications are there, and best of the publication, let me tell you, one is a Manali publication. So many publications are there, but you have to refer as far as you want to refer the book for your own notes. You can refer the Manali publication, as well as those are the advanced student. Let me tell you, advanced student, those are getting their mark above 70% distinction. They are the mainly as advanced. They are more hungry of the acquiring as a knowledge, because knowledge is essential for your bright future, and therefore for advanced student, let me tell you, very good book, that is the father of organic chemistry, is the organic chemistry. The book is written by Claydon. So this is very good book. The language is very simple, the mechanism and everything is given there. It's very useful. That is the organic chemistry. And let me tell you, organic chemistry means what? The study of compound that contain carbon is known as organic chemistry. Very simple definition of the organic chemistry. The compound which contain carbon atom is called as a organic compound. Because why only as a carbon, not the other element? You might be knowing, as a long form of the periodic table, there are 118 elements known today. Out of that, only as a carbon is chosen and separate branch is there, that is organic chemistry. The main reason is behind this is carbon atom one unique property, and the other element do not have a such unique property, and therefore organic chemistry, therefore carbon is having one unique property. The name of that unique property is a catenation. Catenation, the meaning of that catenation, to form the chain. Carbon can form the carbon chain with other carbon atom, means carbon with itself, other or it can form the what with like as a hydrogen atoms are, and that kind of the property other element do not have, and that's why organic chemistry is very important. And as we know that in every sector or in every field, organic, many of the drugs is made up of by the organic chemistry or organic chemistry, and that's why it is playing very important role in a mankind. So and that's why we are going to study as organic chemistry specifically. And at this semester, at third semester in the first term, first term is starting from June 15 to the in October or November. You have semester examination. The nature of that examination you might be knowing, but let me tell you, let me recall you, remember the nature of the exam pattern: internal 10 mark and external 40 mark. Total is a 40. For passing it required 20 mark out of 140 marks, so equals 50 marks. So you must acquire the 20 mark and then you will pass. But there is a internal and external. In internal, out of 10, you sum up, or you if some of student, advanced student, they are getting out of 10, but some of them is getting as a 0. But if you in external, out of 40, if you obtain the 20 mark, you will be the pass. But in case in external, out of 40, if you got 19 mark, and external is a 0, so total becomes as 19. You must be as a, if you got as a out of 40, you got as a 38 mark, and in internal is 0, still you are a pass. But in internally, if you have a 10 mark, and here you are getting as a only for 16 mark, is the maximum mark required is a 16, and internal 14 becomes as a 20. That means it is a passing criteria for you. Out of that 16, if you get some of you get as only as a 15, you will be fail. 15 plus in internal, out of 10, 15 plus 10 is 25. Still your result will be the fail. F is there. So remember that one. Now let's move toward the chapter wise syllabus and what is of that. Total in semester there is a 48 lecture required for this. This is a syllabus is given by the Savitribai Phule Pune University as far as this paper is concerned. Chapter number 1 is the strength of organic acids and bases. For completion of this chapter, it requires 6 lectures. Number of lectures, 6 lectures. But it is a first lecture, first chapter. I don't think it will complete in within a 6 lecture. It may require as a more than 6 lectures. Then chapter number 2, that is in the strength of organic acids and bases. What are the things, general things we are going to learn here? Strength of organic acids and bases, mainly most of the organic compounds are organic acids and bases. Most reactive elements are organic acids and bases. So we are going to learn some of the theories which actually given by some of the scientists, and then we are going to learn the application of this in terms of organic acids and bases. Why some of the acids are stronger, some of the acids are weaker, that thing we are going to learn. Next point, we are going to learn as a basis similarly, that is. But chapter number 2, that is the stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane. As everybody know that the stereochemistry at SYBSc level you already learned that, but here specifically stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane. You know the structure of cyclohexane, and disubstituted means cyclohexane. There are the what is the molecular formula of cyclohexane? Cyclohexane has a molecular formula C6H12. 6 number of carbon atom and 12 hydrogen atoms are there. Out of that 6 hydrogen atom, this cyclohexane exists in a various form, but most stable form we are going to learn at with the help of stereochemistry. Stereochemistry means stereo indicate as a solid. The arrangement of element in a space, the 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 branch which deals with the study of arrangement of atom in a space or the orientation of that atom in the space, that branch is known as a stereochemistry, and that we are going to study with the help of disubstituted cyclohexanes. And and then like whether there is a geometrical isomerism is present or not, optical isomerism, whether optical isomerism means whether that compound is optically active or inactive, that type of the thing we are going to learn in the chapter number 2. Let us look at the chapter number 3, the nucleophilic substitution at aliphatic carbon atom. It requires a 8 lectures. Nucleophilic substitution. First of all, let us see what do you mean by the nucleophilic substitution. What do you mean by the aliphatic carbon? Aliphatic and the aromatic, you know that the organic compound are classified into two types. One is aliphatic and another one is aromatic. Theoretically, it is very simple to classify aliphatic and the aromatic from each other. We know that aromatic means there is a specific definition, significant definition, according to as a Huckel's rule. What the Huckel's tells us, fully conjugated, planar, and the cyclic compound uh, having as a 4n plus 2 pi electron are known as the aromatic compound, and rest of the compound are the aliphatic compound. That's it. In the laboratory, practically, we can very quickly distinguish aliphatic compound from aromatic just by doing by taking as a take small amount of the substance on the wire gauze, put on a burner. If shooting flame comes black fumes, that indicate as aromatic compound, and if it is not, that is a aliphatic compound. So that is there. And nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, nucleophile and the electrophile. This term you are learning from your 11th standard. You know that nucleophilic means what, electrophilic means what. Nucleo means nucleus and philic means loving. Phile means loving. And electrophiles, electro means electron, and philes means again electron loving species are called as electrophiles, and electron loving species are called as nucleus loving species are called as nucleophiles. And there are mainly two reactions we are going to learn here. One is the SN1 reaction and the SN2 reaction. SN1 stand for substitution, N stand for nucleofication, and 1 for unimolecular reaction. Similarly, here SN2 stand for bimolecular. So with the help of their all the stereochemistries, mechanism, and what are the factor affecting on that, how to know, how do we know whether the following reaction is SN1 reaction or SN2 reaction, that type of the thing we are going to learn in this chapter. Now let us see the chapter number 4, reactions of unsaturated hydrocarbons and carbon oxygen double bond. Unsaturated and the saturated, you are very well about that. So tell me the theoretically saturated means what, and unsaturated. Theoretically saturated means the organic compound containing carbon-carbon single bond is known as a saturated compound, and those organic compound containing carbon-carbon double bond are known as unsaturated compound. It's very simple. Hydrocarbon. What do you mean by hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon means the compound which is made by carbon and hydrogen is known as hydrocarbons. Now, unsaturated, like as a carbon-carbon double bond, alkene, carbon-carbon triple bond is a alkyne. These two we are going to learn in this. They normally undergo as a addition reaction. Symmetrical alkyne, unsymmetrical alkyne, how they undergo, how they form the product, what are the reaction condition, all these things, what are the main reaction we are going to learn there. Then carbon oxygen double bond. Carbon oxygen double bond means carbonyl compounds, and that the carbonyl compound shows nucleophilic substitution reaction or electrophilic substitution reaction. How that reactions are there. That reaction we are going to learn specifically in this reaction, like as a Konizaro's reaction or aldol condensation type of the reaction we are going to learn. Then chapter number 5, elimination reaction. Elimination means eliminate. Reactions is chemical reaction. Elimination reaction means from the starting compound, some of the atoms or group is removed and form the product. So that type of the reaction is known as elimination reaction. Specifically, we are going to learn here is a Sage's elimination reaction, and after the formation of the product, one is a major, minor, that type of the thing we are going to learn in the chapter. Now let us look at as the chapter number last one, that is aromatic, electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reaction. It's a very important reaction. Here we are going to learn aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction. Aromatic electrophilic substitution, normally aromatic compound, we know that according to as a Huckel's rule, the aromatic cyclic, planar, conjugated 4n plus 2 pi electron are known as aromatic compound. And aromatic compound, if you look at there, it is a nucleophilic in nature, and therefore preferentially that aromatic compound always undergoes as a electrophilic substitution. But in a rare condition, in a forceful condition, there are some rare nucleophilic substitution reaction also there. So that also we are going to learn in the chapter. I think this is a whole analysis of this semester third, that is the first term, and these are the syllabus and their weightage. Now is a here is a 48 lecture, but total is a 40 mark question paper, but out of that 40 with option, that total becomes as a 60 near about. So suppose as a 6 lecture, the weightage of this is 7.4, 7.5 maybe around. So like the 7.5 or maybe as a 10 mark here, or maybe here more than 14 mark options are there, 14 or 15. Likewise 7.5, and here maybe as a 15, like this. So I think let us stop today here. Remaining we will see the tomorrow. Thank you.